It was a pretty boring campaign, but the rise and rise of this ultranationalist leader has certainly turned it into an interesting one in the last few days. And if polls are anything to go by, it seems that Israelis are not so much wanting to extend their hand, but are now clenching their fist, with analysts say that there's certainly being a swing to the right as such, and regardless of who wins, whether it be Likud or Kadima, the right-wing bloc rather has been considerably strengthened at the expense of the left. But the thing we have to keep in mind is that the polls here are not known to be accurate, but at the same stage, anecdotally, just talking to people out there on the street and on the campaign trail, Mr. Liberman and his tough talk is certainly going down with many parts of Israeli society.
Interestingly then, if things do stay as they currently stand, that means that Labour has been pushed into fourth place. Does it seem that Ehud Barak's gamble in terms of conflict in Gaza did not pay off then?
Well, certainly after the war, there were polls showing that, if anything, he'd gained from his performance during that Gaza offensive. But in the last few days, the gaps between all these parties have narrowed considerably. And the Labour Party has now slipped apparently to fourth place, behind Avigdor Lieberman's Israel Beiteinu party. What we are hearing is there's certainly a degree of concern among Labour Party officials. We have to keep in mind that some 900,000 voters have yet to make up their mind, and these are the people that Labour will be very much targeting in the next few hours before tomorrow's poll. And the other concern has been coming from within Labour. There are divisions within the party over the fact that Mr. Barak has apparently refused to rule out Labour serving in a coalition with Israel Beiteinu party, and we'll see whether in fact that does play out in the way whether rather people will end up casting a vote for Labour or not.